Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is a little bit different from the hauls and product recommendation videos that I do. So today's video is a little bit on a topic which is quite personal to me, and that is something which I've been dealing with for a few years, and that is hair loss. So few years back I was diagnosed with female pattern baldness, and I feel a lot of content on YouTube is on male pattern baldness and how to deal with it, and tips and tricks and things you can do, but there is very less content and very less conversation around women dealing with hair loss and what they can do. So as you can see that my hair is quite thin and it has thinned out over the years. So I have come up with a few you know tips that I can give you that can obviously help you to maintain the volume you have. I mean, it will not drastically change and make your hair thick and voluminous like others, but it can. I know hair loss is a very difficult thing to deal with for everyone, and so I follow a few things very religiously to prevent my hair from shedding more, and I take a lot of care to make sure that the thinning is not getting accelerated and I can maintain it at this level, because right now it's still at a better situation than it was before. So this video is just to help people out who are dealing with hair loss with my quick tips and tricks. Of course, if you are going through massive levels of hair loss, you should definitely go to a doctor, go to a dermatologist and get your blood work and and consult them and get to the core. But even I have been to a dermatologist, and other than following his advice, here are a few things which I learned from experimentation which I wanted to share with everyone. So without dealing further, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first tip for me would be having a protein rich diet, and this is something which I've been following quite religiously for the last few years. And a protein rich diet would include a lot of eggs and seeds and nuts, as well as if you're a non-vegetarian, which I am, you can have a fish, which really showed its effect on me. I mean, the more proteins I used in my diet and incorporated in my diet, that led to shinier hair. My hair also became stronger. Of course, it did not work in isolation. There are other things which I did, which I'll share later in the video, but a protein rich diet will really help you to solve that problem internally. So that is my first suggestion. My next suggestion would be to use minoxidil. So I use minoxidil topical solution 5%, and this has worked wonders for my hair. It's obviously medically tested, and there has been studies done which show that minoxidil helps too for hair regrowth. And so I use it daily once at night because it's 5%, and that is what has been suggested by my dermatologist. And I can see baby hair growing over here and here. The only issue is it can be a little bit oily and sticky, so you may have to frequently wash your hair, and also it's a lifelong process. Like, my dermatologist has asked me to use it kind of indefinitely, so that's an expenditure and it's kind of expensive. I think this is 60 ml and this was 700 rupees, but it lasts you a good like 2 months. So this is how it looks like. It has you can use it in a spray system or in a dropper system. I use a dropper system because I feel the application is easier for me. With a dropper system, I can put it in my hand and then gently massage it in the areas where I'm experiencing more bald patches. So you can definitely go for this one, and this is tried and tested, and it definitely leads to hair regrowth, but you cannot afford to stop it suddenly. So be very, you make that decision that now I'm going to use this for like a lifetime and stick with it. So minoxidil definitely works. Next tip would be, please check the water you're using for washing your hair. Often the water we get in metropolitan cities in India is contaminated and is hard water. And when I'm based out of Bangalore, and when I first came to Bangalore and I was using that hard water from the tap and washing my hair, I had drastic hair fall. Like, my hair was falling out in lumps, and I just did not know what to do. So at that point of time, I decided that I'm going to change the water. So now there are various ways you can do that. One is you can you get these filters installations for your showers, which you can do, which changes the water quality and makes it more suitable for your hair. But that was not possible for me to do. So what I do is I use Bisleri water. You can use that kind of packaged water or Bisleri water, which is, of course, financially it's more expensive, but for your hair, if you can go for it, then definitely do that. So I use Bisleri water to wash my hair, and trust me, you won't believe, it reduced my hair fall by like half when I started first using it. Now it's a norm that I only use Bisleri water, or packaged water of higher quality, which is more pure, to wash my hair, and that has made a lot of changes to my hair. So watch out for the water quality, that watch out for the water you get in your city, and change it if you can. The next tip is Dermarolling. So this I have started recently. So I got a roller from Nykaa. So let me just show you how it looks. So this is how it looks, and this was, I guess, for 299 rupees. And this is from the Bodywise company. And basically, Dermarolling does these micro punctures in your scalp. That stimulates the blood flow, and that could be really good for your hair follicles and makes your hair follicles grow. So I do, it's a little painful. It's not that it's very painful that you can't do it and it will hurt your scalp. It's like little stings you that you get, and I do it like once a week or once in 2 weeks. Don't do this every day, of course, and please check whether your scalp is reacting properly to it. If it causes irritation and all, then you must stop. But Dermarolling has also really helped me. I feel like Dermarolling combined with using minoxidil has led to the growth of baby hair around my forehead, this area where I have like very thin hair. So yeah, Dermarolling, if you want to, please invest in a good derma roller. You get it everywhere. Like this is from Be Bodywise, but there were several other companies. There were more expensive ones as well, and even cheaper ones. So according to your budget, you can go for it. And yeah, Dermarolling works, and it has worked really well for me. So you can give Dermarolling a try. The next tip would be to avoid using hair tools for styling. We all know that hair tools damage your hair, but especially if you have thinning hair, you just cannot afford to lose that hair. I mean, I get it that styling is, styling really goes with certain kind of outfits, certain kind of styles go curling and, blowouts, but I feel like that causes a lot of damage to your hair. And when you already have very thin, very scanty hair, why would you want to put that pressure on your hair? So also, I air dry my hair, and since I have thin hair, it takes really less time to even air dry, so that's not an issue. I do not use a hair dryer, I do not use curling irons or straightening tools. So if you have thin hair, please avoid that. It puts more and more pressure on your hair follicles. Also, I feel like doing super tight hairstyles, for your sleek look and all, also puts a lot of pressure on your hair, and that also leads to a hair loss. So maybe even when you're tying up your hair, please use, please do loose hairstyles, and don't just do a high pony and tight. Don't use like those those hair bands which put a lot of pressure on your hair. It will only add pressure to your hair follicles and make them they're already weak, and it would make them even weaker. So avoid all of that as well. The next tip would be to go for massages, like massage your scalp. So few months back I got this from Nykaa. It's a scalp massager. These are really soft bristles, and you can just massage your scalp lightly with this for like say 10 minutes every alternate day. And massaging your scalp really helps to stimulate that blood flow, so you can do that. Also use a wooden comb, a white tooth comb. Earlier I used to use like a plastic one, and I recently got a wooden comb from Nykaa, and that has really worked wonders for me, because again, that also stimulates your blood flow into the scalp. So that is another advice I would give, like go for massages and replace your plastic comb with a wooden white tooth comb. The last tip, which is more like a psychological tip, which I have finally have accepted is that do not constantly stress about your hair loss. Stressing about it will not solve any problem. You have a lot of information on the internet, and you have medical science advancement and a lot of things that are at your disposal: tools, medicines, hair transplants, PRPs. uh, Update yourself, read into that, go to a doctor, but do not constantly be worried about the hair you're shedding. That will only add more stress and more anxiety in your life, and it will just increase your I think hair loss. That's what I feel. So learn to accept it. I feel like you shouldn't have this expectation that if I use these tools or if I use certain products, it will dramatically change the quality and the quantity of my hair. A lot of things for hair loss is kind of genetics, unfortunately, and not much can be done if you're not genetically blessed with good hair. So accept that, and whatever is at your disposal, use those resources to maintain what you already have. That is in your control. With age, you will obviously, your hair will thin, and that's not just for people with thinning hair, that's for people, everyone. So accepting it and using things that and doing things which are possible, instead of constantly being frustrated and comparing yourself with others. That's another thing. Like, you will obviously meet people in your life who have thicker and denser hair than you, and you would think that this is something which I felt, that I wish I had that kind of hair. But you must realize that your hair doesn't really define you. It's just a part of your physical appearance. So taking too much stress for hair loss will only accelerate it. So that would be the last tip, is try to reduce your stress. We already have enough stress in our life, and we shouldn't add more stress because of hair loss. And once you let hair loss not control you and you be in control of that, I think problems start reducing. So yeah, these were a few of the tips and tricks that I do to maintain the quality of my hair and maintain my thinning hair, and try to reduce thinning and try to reduce hair fall. So if you like this video, do like, share and subscribe. And if you have other tips, you can definitely add them, and you can also tell me in the comment section which tip did you like the most and which one you're looking forward to try. Till then, bye bye, see you soon.